Kane's World, part time, totally. All right, welcome to Kane's World 2.3. I have the man, the myth, the legend. You can't contact him.
No DMs.
No DMs for the music videos. Please stop. Jake Huber. Now, did I pronounce that correctly? Your last name?
Huber.
I've always wanted to know.
No, that's Huber.
Huber.
That's all right. It's
Well,
weird to say.
I meet a lot of people, in the streets or, in our field of work, and it's always Huber. And I was like, it doesn't look like Huber. It looks like Huber.
Hey, say whatever you want to say.
Well, now everybody knows. It's Huber. Get it right.
Let it be known.
All right. I want to dive straight into your work and what you do. And I had to Google you before you came.
Okay.
And I seen something about an Emmy. I don't want to be mistaken. Did you win an Emmy?
I did. Yeah.
You won it. You weren't just nominated.
No, I've been nominated like 9 times.
Oh my god!
But I won it. I won an Emmy in 2020.
Really? What was it for?
It was for this music series I do here called Music in Transit, where we put bands on the Indigo Red Line bus.
I'm familiar.
Yep. So for the first season, we won the Emmy for audio production.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wish I was a piece of that.
I know. Damn, they never know.
Self plug.
Yeah.
next year. That's what's up, man. And I seen that you've been leaking. I want to talk about your brand. I know you've worked for a lot of people and a lot of shows, but your personal brand. You had a logo announcement. And you were like trying to see what logo is the best.
Oh yeah.
If you want to enlighten the people on your brand and what that's about.
Yeah. Last year I started my own LLC. Just for the video production stuff I do. So I call it Total Fun Productions. It came from just all my homies on set, just always having a good time. Usually when we do these music videos or these set builds,
I've been there. It is fun.
We're partying, we're drinking, we're just having a good time. So I just want to kind of show that within the branding,
And what does that entail? Do you do? I know we're joking about music videos, but say if someone wanted to hire you, how do you go about that?
When it first started out, I loved just going to shows. Ever since I moved back to Indy in 2015, and then as I learned more and more about film production just through jobs, I decided, I should try to really just put a spotlight on Indianapolis musicians. So I started with a bunch of my homies that are, Fountain Square rappers.
Cheers to that.
Yeah, cheers. This is also sponsored by Twisted Tea and
Red Bull.
Is that Jim Beam?
Jim Beam.
Yeah,
peach
Red Bull.
flavor.
I'm doing dry January right now, or else I'd be drinking. So just let it be known.
I asked him if he would drink, and he's got to stay faithful.
I'm halfway there.
Not mad at you, man. Not mad at you. Something I should try. Maybe February.
Yeah, there we go.
Maybe February. So I've actually been on one of your sets. It was actually my last episode. UG, go check that out.
We love UG.
Yeah, super professional guy. I've known him forever. He's more than just a client. He's a friend. I was literally in awe.
And that was a Crush video?
I was like, okay, because he told me, he was like, it's a Huber set, dress nice.
We're about to shut down this diner.
I had to
Plainfield.
I've heard about you before, but I'm used to the guys with the A73s and they're running and gunning. So I pictured a step up from that. But when I walked on your set, man,
this is a whole bunch of people.
You had 10 people worried about the lights.
Mm-hmm.
I'm pretty sure there was a food guy to make sure everybody was fed. There was, you're stepping behind the camera guy, which is on a track.
Oh, yeah.
It felt like Hollywood. I was like, this is what Hollywood's like. This is different.
Dang. Well, that feels good. Thanks for saying that.
Well, I know you're being humble, but
no,
it's super professional.
Dude, that was a super fun shoot, and I'm glad you had UG on the show because UG's I love that dude, man. He's not only is he a good guy, he's a good father, he's an entrepreneur, and he's always just crushing it with new music. And then that
no pun intended.
Yeah, no pun intended. And then that joint he had the Maxi, we shot a video for that last year. And then that NBC show he was on, I'm happy for him, man. He's
Love of My
it.
City.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a big thing for him,
For sure.
Yeah, definitely. Now, like I said, I Googled you before. I'm kind of a fanboy of this show. and I want to ask you about your experience and like what episode and season, because I didn't really look into that. But you had something to do with Top Chef. Were you just the camera guy? What's your job on these shows?
It varies, but I'm in the camera department usually. So usually
Okay.
I'm a camera operator, or I'm mostly an assistant camera. So I load the cameras, I build them, I make sure batteries. I always have a bag full of batteries and media, and I basically assist camera operators.
Like the attachment guy.
Pretty much, yeah. And
Like we might need this light, we might not.
And for like Top Chef, there's like 12 camera operators, and then there's like 20 of like people like me that are just making sure that these guys are always good because they're running around like crazy. So I had like 3 camera guys I had to like always keep an eye on.
What season was it?
This was 2019. I don't know what season that was, but it was in Lexington, Kentucky.
Okay. Was it the backstory of the black lady?
Man, I couldn't even tell you. I worked like a week on it. And,
Okay.
And that production was probably like 6 to 9 months. I worked like a week on
I could
it.
tell I'm in tune with Top Chef because I think I know exactly what episode you did.
Well, the restaurant I did was called Restaurant Wars.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's what I did.
So you did that's like the main episode of their seasons.
Yeah, and it was like hell, dude. They hire like 100 more
I could only
people.
imagine because they're the people on the show are going through hell. I could imagine like what a clusterfuck that was for you guys.
Yeah. I remember just walking on set, and they have like an art department that builds the restaurants, all the walls, you know. And I just remember seeing all these like girls at an art department just crying like midday just because they're so worn out. And then it was like Saving Private Ryan, like the D-Day scene where it's like everything's
It's exactly
slow-mo.
like that, and they make it seem like that. And I didn't know if it had anything to do with you guys or it was actually like that. But now
It's just a lot of work.
It's a lot like that.
Yeah, just people chain smoking cigs.
I'm pretty sure it's a one day they get to you have to open up your own restaurant from scratch.
Yep, pretty much.
So I can imagine what the camera guy's thinking. Like, hold on,
It was just nonstop.
there's no backstory to nothing. We just have to shoot what's going on and
Yeah.
hopefully put it together.
And those cameras are like 40 pounds, and you have to keep them on your shoulder all day.
That was my next question. So, like, when you dive into the world of music, it's usually like a small handheld mirrorless and every now and then people have like a cage on it and whatever, they can handle it here. But when I walked onto your set, though, it was a huge camera. What kind of cameras are those?
They're just like cinema cameras, I think like when we did the UG one, that was called like a Canon C300. Did a lot of videos on those. But then there's like these really high-end ones. The one that you see a lot is called like the Arri Alexa Mini. Those are like $80,000. It's like they're like insane.
So usually you rent them.
Yeah, there's like a couple of people in town that own them, and then you can also rent them.
So you got to know the guy that knows the guy.
Pretty much, yeah.
So there's no going online and just renting this thing.
You can. It's just like a G a day.
Trying to put people on game, man. Trying to put people on game.
I know.
Because I would,
Hey, but we can't dog on these run and gunners though.
I don't. I tell you what. I don't depend on them, but I kind of do because what happens is say if we make a banger out of here, right, and it's a hit, I'm already telling the artist like, look, you got to get this guy, or this guy,
right?
And the list right now, I'll name a couple like 4K is doing his thing, 1600 is doing his thing, J Boogie's doing his thing, my homie Cody Warner's doing his thing. Foursquare, that's someone we didn't talk about earlier.
Yeah, oh, those are the homies, man.
Yeah, I've hung out with them. So I did some of Strap's music. So I got to meet them.
Yep.
When I was doing my when COVID hit, you couldn't have a place of business. So I was packing up, $10,000 worth of gear and showing up at these people's houses.
Right.
That's where I got a lot of my respect from because I would go to like Hallville with 10 racks of gear, just me.
Jesus.
And they were like, "What the fuck?"
Yeah.
I'm like, "Yeah, bro, what's up? Let's make a hit." So, but anyways, I met Foursquare in that type of situation. Those guys are really good.
They're super good. I know
good.
Foursquare really well, and then 1600. I talk to him all the time. I think like those are the go-to.
I'm real familiar with J Boogie. 1600 not so much, but if you do see this, I really do like your work. And,
Sure. Shout out 1600.
Yeah, facts. He's on the up and coming. 4K, I know is he's kind of got this whole thing going on. His videos are, I don't know what he does on the back end of those, but those things are crispy, ain't they? Dude. Yeah, I know he's working with 42 Doug and Lil Baby already, and he's from here. A lot of people don't know that stuff, Yeah. You can make it out of Indianapolis, and I see a lot of the rhetoric in the online is, Indianapolis this and it. Well, let me tell you something. The people like me and Jake that, have reached to a level of, professionalism, we all know each other, and it's not impossible. It's not. at all. So I got a couple more questions for you.
Shoot them.
All right. Have you ever been starstruck on these shows?
Kinda. Maybe on shows. I don't know. I've been working on the Mike Epps show in town, and he's hilarious.
I've met him.
Yeah, he's hilarious, and every time I see him, I'm kind of like, oh shit,
He's one of those people you realize once you meet him, like, oh, you're actually funny.
Yeah, no matter what he does,
he's got it. It's just his face or something.
Yeah. So on these, like, I mostly do like HGTV shows, and that's like what his show is going to be. And just due to like cancel culture and stuff, you can't say master bedroom anymore because that refers to like, like
the word master.
Yeah, like being like a plantation owner and having a master's quarters.
What's his show? I don't know if you're allowed to say. Is it? It's not out yet, right?
Yeah, it doesn't have a name yet.
Doesn't have a name yet. Okay.
But he basically
He's buying the block back, isn't he?
Yep. Exactly.
What area?
It's Old North Side of Indy.
Okay.
So
Broad Ripple-ish.
Yeah. Where Country Kitchen used to be. It's
Fairgrounds-ish.
Yeah.
Okay.
Just right outside of Fairgrounds. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, which is actually the hood if you're not familiar with Indianapolis.
It's kind of on the.
Is it getting gentrified?
Yeah.
Is it?
Like a motherfucker.
Yeah, I just stay out here on the east side, man. What I'm comfortable with.
Yeah.
I'm here every day at the studio.
Yeah.
I don't get far away. I know it's dry January for you, and that's very commendable.
It's the longest I've gone.
I
think
I had to bring a drink for you, what would you drink?
It changes, man.
In February.
It changes. But I would say like I always do like a nightcap with like whiskey, But
whiskey.
If I'm like out with my girl or anything, we're usually like sipping on like gin and tonics, maybe like a martini. We get fancy.
Tonic,
you can't do a tonic.
There's something about the tonic. I can't do gin either. The more I think about it.
Yeah, I don't know.
Commendable once again.
Yeah.
It's like pine salt.
It kind of grows on you.
Is that what it is?
I was like that with rum, man. I used to drink rum, and then I like got sick on it one time, and I can't do it.
That reminds me of my teenage days.
Yeah, dude.
Captain Morgan,
Morgan's,
bro.
Yeah.
We made a song back in the day. Actually, it's one of the first songs I was a part of. It's called "Sipping on Captain." What's happening? That was the hook.
That's what's up.
We drink it so much, we just get. I can't drink it no more. Put it that way. Half gallons like every day. Because when you're 15, you don't get hungover.
Yeah.
It's hilarious.
What about you with starstruckness?
Me?
Yeah.
Have I ever been starstruck? When I met Jadakiss, I'm not gonna lie.
That'd be cool.
Yeah.
I have a weird answer for mine now that I think about it. I did a video for Slim Jesus. The
white
Slim
boy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I remember being like, I bet you I can do a Slim Jesus video if I just hit him up. And he like responded, and then I was just like, "Will you come to Indy?"
Did you not expect him to respond?
No, I don't know. I don't know. But I was like, "Hey, if you come here, let's do it." So he actually like came. The day of was like a really bad snowstorm, and we like rented like the crappiest studio, and it was like we're about to cancel the shoot, and he like pulled up. And
Crappiest studio. I seen that video, man.
Oh yeah.
You did fucking magic then.
Dude, it's pretty wild.
All your videos are like that. You never seem to amaze me. I actually commented on your last. You were showing it wasn't a clip. It was the set, and I commented something. And I might have got taken the wrong way, but I commented. So I was like, "Why don't you just get a normal hotel? Because it looked like a hotel."
Oh yeah.
But then you explained to me. You were like, if you remember that, do you remember what you said?
I remember. Yeah, just like to manipulate the lighting and like
I was like
big ass robot thing.
I was sitting there thinking like, I'm an idiot.
No.
Like, duh, he knows what the fuck he's doing.
There's a lot of shit that goes into it.
Yeah. I should have known you knew what you're doing.
Anyway, Slim Jesus like this big, and it was hilarious. And I was like, holy shit, this is the dude I've been like watching on the internet for so long.
Did you like his music? Is why you hit him up, or you just knew it would go viral? Or?
I was like, oh shit, I can get a video on World Star, and it happened, and it got like 1 million views.
Oh, it worked.
It worked. The comments weren't positive, but.
The Huber plan always works.
And then I did a second one at this abandoned factory that got torn down, but it was a sick location. But he like rented a Mercedes and he like drove through all this broken glass.
Like panels?
Yeah, it's like this broken glass panels. And
how do you hit up a location for that?
I just kind of walked in.
I tried to help you with location once too, if you don't remember. It didn't work.
What location was it?
You were looking for like a flower backdrop, like a field.
Oh.
Or it had to be a certain color. Or something. I don't remember. But mine, the backdrop was like yellow. It was like a whole bunch of, I don't know. I'm not a florist.
Okay.
But anyways, you were like, yeah, they need to be red. And I was thinking like, man, this thing is perfect. But I already know, like, when you make a post and ask for, like, you're not asking for help, like, begging me. You're just, like, you're trying to help people out, get involved.
Yeah. All the videographer people, anybody in the industry used to utilize Facebook. It's, like, the most powerful tool.
Oh, man.
I got a horse off Facebook one time. I was like, hey, who has a horse I can put in this video? And then I got a horse the next day. So
social media is very powerful.
Yeah, the horse did die like 2 weeks after the shoot.
Oh,
it was like 18 years old.
Rest in peace, the horse.
Yeah, it had a hilarious name too. It was like Chocolate or something. But yeah, big rip.
Rest in peace, Chocolate.
Yeah.
What video did he make it into?
The John Stamps Hail Mary video.
I know John Stamps too.
Yeah.
We have a lot of similar people we know.
Yeah.
It's a small city though. I mean, it's a big city, but it's a small city in our industry.
Yeah.
Of entertainment.
You should show the horse back here on the green screen.
Horse.
Yeah.
Rest in peace, Chocolate.
Yeah, dude.
We're doing it.
Okay.
We're doing
Hell
it.
Yeah. Sick.
We talked about some videographers, some local ones. I know that you really wanted to shout these people out because I know a lot of people hit you up thinking like you're the alpha and omega, but they don't realize that you work with these videographers, even on editing, and you allocate a lot of stuff to these people. They think that you're the person. Chris Kahn. So Christian, we didn't talk about him. I want to bring him up.
The GOAT right there.
He is the silent GOAT, is what we called him earlier when we were talking outside in the lobby.
Yeah.
And I have to agree.
Oh, yeah. He's always comes clutch with anything, whether it's photo or video.
He's good at what he does.
He's the homie, and you're a great editor, so shout out to you.
Shout out to you.
He did.
Should we put his picture right here?
Yeah, we should just do like a freeze frame. He did UG's
because he's never on the camera.
I know. He did Crush and he did Love My City. He edited those, and yeah.
He's nice with it, man.
Yeah.
He's always nice. I've worked with Aaron Easton, too, and he's done a couple of his.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah, man. Yeah. He's one man band.
It seems like everything that I engineer that is, top tier ends up in his hands, which,
good.
Me and him we'll call it gang banged a couple songs.
That sounds weird.
I
like
know,
that though.
Right? Whatever though. It's the topic of the day.
But yeah, I love giving like videographers work. A lot of people hit me up, and they see videos and they're like, they want the same thing, but they don't understand how many people are involved and all this stuff. But I do love actually if someone comes at me the right way and it's like, hey, I have $1,000 and I want a video robbing a bank or something, like I can get them in the right direction to where like I can be like, oh, you can rent this place out, make it like a bank, or you can do. I like to help people.
You're probably like me. You're a busy man.
Yeah, that too.
And when someone comes at you with this crazy idea, and you've been doing it long enough, and you know off the top of your head if it's realistic or not,
right?
And you're just, some people might take you as a dick or, but you're just being realistic. Like, yo, we can't make, we're not going to Mars with the avatars as the effects.
Exactly.
Like people don't take that into consideration sometimes. And I've been dabbling in video just because of this podcast. Mm-hmm. And let me tell you something. I'm on team allocate.
Yeah.
Editing. It's rough, man.
Definitely, it takes a whole team to make something happen, It's
rough.
And that's why I shout out to these like one-man band, shooters,
Facts. I'm trying to think of anybody else, videography-wise, that I don't want to shout out while we have Jake Huber here on the podcast. Craig Allen.
Yeah, Craig Allen's out here killing it.
Let's shout him out, man. Do you know anybody else?
Let's see.
You know any videographers, Brent? Off the top of your head? If you can think of the next 10 seconds, shout him out.
We got Jay Shootin'.
Jay
Shootin's cool.
Autofocus Films.
Yep.
Yeah, we tried.
I'm drawing blanks right now, and that's because I'm zooted on Red Bull, and he's zooted on Jim Beam.
Zooted. All right. I got to go to my little phone here. Let's see. Have you ever traveled out of the States to work? Not travel us, but to work.
Yes, and on some crazy shit. This band discovered my Instagram. They're from Houston, and they wanted a video, and we actually had some mutual friends after we learned that after the fact, but they actually flew like me and like 6 of my friends or 5 of my friends out to Houston, and we did this like video at this roller rink for them, and it was awesome and definitely eye-opening experience.
That's what's up.
Yeah.
When I meant out of the States, I meant out of the country, but that's awesome.
Out of the country? No.
Okay.
I've never been I mean, I've been out of the country, but not for like work or anything.
Okay, yeah, that's awesome. But that's still awesome though.
Yeah.
You know. Did you do the Little Toes video that I'm thinking of?
I did a video for Lil Toe, and I did a Little Ugly Toes video.
Not Little Ugly Toes. The guy that's not from here.
Yeah, the guy that's not from here.
Yeah, I like that video.
Dude, he's cool and like
He's weird, isn't he?
He's actually a normal ass dude.
Is he? That's what I wanted to ask you. Is he normal, or is his persona actually like that?
Well, it's a little bit of both, but like it's funny after the video, like him and I just text every once in a while, just talking about like video games or.
You guys are friends now?
Yeah, man, we're friends.
Awesome.
I had a sick ass video treatment for him, but it's too on the nose with like, it was him in an ice cream truck handing out guns to kids instead of ice cream. And we're gonna like do this like crazy ass video.
2023. That's kind of hard to do.
So we didn't want the woke mob to attack.
But that was
that.
like that was like pre-COVID, wasn't it? You could have got away with it, maybe.
Oh, maybe I don't know,
Maybe.
but
it's worse now.
Yeah,
it's bad now.
We can't even get away with that shit. Like that movie Rust, that Alec Baldwin accidentally killed the DP with the fake prop gun was actually real.
It's happened a couple times.
It's happened. Yeah.
What's the famous one? The Crow.
Yeah. So prop guns, no, I'm not going to fuck with those. Unless it's like a real fake corny prop gun or something.
Yeah, we don't have to talk about it on here, but we're talking about in the lobby. We've known videographers,
it's
the whole scenario where people are pointing guns at you, like someone's actually been shot.
Yeah.
It's like fuck,
there's
man.
Multiple cases of that, man. It's scary.
Yeah. So I noticed on these shows, if you're doing a reality show or something like that. You've been hired by 50 plus of them. Are you in like some bank of camera work? Are you in like a union?
I'm non-union. I'm just a freelancer. Indiana is not a union state, but like Illinois and Kentucky are. But it's just like if you do good on a job, you'll just be remembered. And then if you work with like 20 people, those 20 people will remember you, and then they'll be like, oh yeah, we're going to be shooting Indiana. I worked with Jake, and I worked.
For instance, Mike Epps probably had to ask somebody, "Hey, who's the best?"
Did
he hit you up or did you?
No, I actually filled in for a friend on that, and then.
Oh really?
Yeah, it's only like.
What kind of friend misses that?
Dude, I know, right?
Must have been pretty serious.
But I think I've worked 4 days on it. There's like 30 days of the shoot, and I think it wraps up like pretty soon. But
so you're not the head guy in that situation.
No. I'm just one of the camera guys.
Okay. So do you go to these things and you just realize what they're doing and you're like, you know what, I can do this on my own. Is that where total fun comes in?
It's more just like for like tax write off, like buying gear, and all that shit, like
tax write offs.
Yeah, man.
When you have a real LLC, you can save some real money if you know what you're doing.
Oh, for sure. Yeah. But just buying gear and then, building myself like as a company, if I'm like doing my own productions, I need to take that step. So
now, as you look around here, I've obviously acquired a lot of personal gear that's not rented. How about you? Have you?
Yeah.
Been stacking it up.
Yeah, I have a lot of gear like lighting and stuff that helps the lighting, like grip gear, which is like stands and shit like that. But I actually like don't even own a camera anymore. I sold all my cameras
because you need to rent the $80,000 ones, probably.
Yeah,
I wouldn't own one either.
Yeah, I just stopped.
I'm gonna tell you a secret of mine, Jake.
Yeah,
I want to do a film. Now, am I talking tomorrow? No, but one day I'm gonna hit you up.
Down the road,
a couple years from now.
All right.
I'm gonna get a hold of a script. I'm gonna have an idea. And I'm gonna hit you up. I'm just letting you know.
All right.
And we're gonna do a film. And obviously, we're not going straight to fucking Blockbuster, but I'm shooting for Sundance at least.
All right. Hell yeah.
I'm fucking serious.
All right.
And my people handle all the audio. We got the audio and video right here. I mean, what? Come on, man. What else do we fucking need here?
I don't know.
Cast.
Yeah. Some hot chicks.
Yeah. We need some hot chicks.
We'll look into it.
Yeah. I have a great idea for you. We'll talk about it later.
All right. So what's your favorite Indianapolis music video that you've seen? Can you just name like
Indianapolis music video?
Indianapolis artist music video. Just name some.
As far as like
that you
be
enjoy,
a little more specific.
That you enjoy. If somebody like put a laptop in front of you right now and was like, show me some Indianapolis music, and then you go on YouTube.
So it's gonna sound a little biased, but I really like my buddy Bruce Lloyd.
Okay.
He's the most known unknown. It's some underground type situation, but I really enjoyed doing Styx music. He's an artist here,
Mm-hmm.
Styx, and a lot of people know him as it's not a group, but Styx and Fatty.
Okay.
He's so talented when I'm working with him that I'm kind of in awe. It makes my job so easy as an engineer. And then I will like tell him ideas for videos, and he'll use some of my ideas. So I always liked his videos because he really embraces like my ideas.
Mm-hmm.
So that's me being biased. Tragic, he gets real crafty with it. So me and Joey French, actually got Joey French penciled in too.
Oh, cool.
It's another person I
Yeah,
didn't
yeah.
tell you about earlier. He's a producer. He's worked on ESPN and a lot of commercial stuff for audio. But anyways, he has like the hook is like a chewing on a weed stem, country time. And so I was telling him, I was like, look, man, you got to get a barn. You got to be chewing on a weed stem, man. You have to. And like he did it.
That's cool.
I really like that video, and I think Chris Kahn did that video.
Really?
I'm like 90% sure. And it's going to be playing in the background, so.
That's what I said.
Yeah.
Chris Kahn. He's in the shadows.
He's really the GOAT, man. He might be the GOAT, not you.
Dude, I back that 100%.
Well, a lot of people, this podcast might enlighten some people that, Jake here, I would categorize you, and I could be wrong. Audio is my profession. I would categorize you, like if someone was like, what does Jake Hoover do? I'd be like, he's a director.
Yeah, director, producer. I make it happen.
Yeah.
And then I get all the pieces together.
Yeah, you're more of a director. You're not the actual. When you do will be total fun stuff, you're not the guy that's holding the camera. A lot of people have that assumption, like, why isn't Jake holding the camera?
Sometimes I do though.
Yeah.
Like
well, on the Crush scene, I think you were actually.
Yeah, I was shooting some of that. And then,
yeah, you were.
Yeah, Chris Kahn was on the.
But I could see you floating away from that.
Oh, for
and
sure.
sitting in a chair and be like, hey man, redo that.
Yeah, sometimes I get like.
Just having a TV in front of you.
I get too focused sometimes, and I like don't think about shit when I'm shooting. So I like just watching it.
Well, it's nice to see that professionalism as, people have gotten away from that just because how technology's gotten better. You don't need all those people, but you've kind of brought it back from what the sets that I've been on of yours, which is only one, I guess, but I can imagine the other ones. You're really. It's almost like in music, they call them executive producers.
Right, yeah.
So it's not the guy actually working the Pro Tools. It's not the guy who made the beat. It's the guy standing over the guy on Pro Tools saying, hey, redo that. Well, you know what? Let's put the hook. Let's make a 12-bar hook instead of an 8. Or you're directing the whole visionary, basically.
Could you see yourself doing that? Like having an engineer in front of you and you're like.
I already do that.
Yeah, so there you go.
Yeah, so me and you are kind of, similarities in that. Yeah, definitely. I didn't think about that, but yeah.
Oh, there you go.
My end goal, though, is, I like the academy I have. So I have Coach Ken Academy, and 3 of the 7 engineers here actually went through it.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they've already made their money back plus. Yeah, and that's my goal is, to build an army of engineers that mix and think like me. Because a lot of the misinterpretation about music is, oh, you got to go to school to get into, to work in Hollywood, or you got to go to Full Sail, right?
Right.
It's not true.
No.
It's not true at all. I did this stuff off the love of it. So I don't traditionally do audio. Like, the guy from Azimuth would walk in on some of my sessions. He'd look at me like, what are you doing? He'd be look at my set. I'm like, listen to the end. Listen to the end master. And he'd be like, oh, you're right. I don't know what you did, but this sounds great.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
So it's non-traditional. And I teach that here. I'm not sponsored by Avid or Pro Tools. And I don't say that the school is about that. You're not getting a real degree. You're getting a Coach Kane degree.
Gotcha.
And I'm proud to say that a lot of people are signing up for it.
That's
awesome.
That's awesome. Yeah.
Yeah, it is awesome.
You hear about that kind of shit in other industries, like the tattoo industry. People are like
That's
that.
a perfect example.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe,
Even videographers.
Yeah.
Like, where do you go to? I'm sure there's guys that go to school for that. And I bet there's more guys that's made it that didn't go.
Exactly. Yeah.
Speaking of, did you go to school for any of this?
I went to IU for an art school, and then I double majored. I got in telecommunications, and then the year after I graduated, they kind of like flipped everything to make it more like media. Now it's called the School of New Media.
And at IU?
At IU.
That's awesome.
And then that's where 1600 goes to school. Too.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
No wonder he's so good.
I know.
See, those guys that did go to school, though, they know a lot of technical stuff that the people that didn't. We have to learn the hard way.
Yeah, 1600 gets like the good gear, gets that IU gear,
Yeah. Yeah, I've tried to work. I've saved some bucks up for my gear.
Yeah.
Because then you have to work less.
Yeah.
When you have good hardware, it just makes your job easy.
Right. Less upkeep.
Yeah, definitely. I have another question for you, and this is for the ladies. Are you single? You got a girl?
Oh, no, I got a girl.
You got a girl? You married?
No.
No. How long you been with her?
Almost like 2 years.
That's what's up, man.
Yeah.
You got any kids or anything?
No kids.
No
got
kids?
dogs.
Those are your kids.
Yeah.
Those are your kids, man.
Yeah. Got 2 fat dogs.
That's what's up. What breed are they?
Both mutts. Yeah, one's like a beagle mix. The other one's just like.
I got something like that.
She looks like a possum. She's a weird looking dog. She's awesome though.
That's what's up, man.
Yeah.
What high school did you go to?
I went to North Central.
Did you?
Yeah.
Oh, that's not too far.
No.
Oh, that's what's up, man. That's what's up.
Yeah.
So that's kind of northeast.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
What year?
Some of the greats went there. Maxie.
Eric Gordon.
Eric Gordon.
Eric
Yeah.
Gordon. So I'm 07. That's why I know that.
Yeah. Okay.
First rep right there.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. What year did you graduate again?
11. So
11. So you're not too much younger than me.
Yeah, I was a freshman and you were a senior, right? Or no.
My math sucks. I went to war.
I was no, I was in 8th grade and you were a senior.
No, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. What? Yeah, you're right. 8th grade.
Yeah.
Yeah. East Side math, man.
No.
Total Fun Productions. Look out for that stuff. I'm going to keep it short and sweet, Jake.
For sure.
You've been the dandy to have on.
Thanks for having me on.
Yeah, man. Maybe we'll work together on a film in the future.
There we go. That'd be awesome.
All right, thanks, man.
Yeah.